All right, we're going to continue. As I said, I was on my back all that night in the hospital the first night. And my older sister came from out of town and she realized that my hair was full of dried blood. So she asked the nurse if it was possible for us to get a washcloth or something to try to get some of the blood out of my hair. So I had a clavicle brace on and I also had a neck brace on. So I could not hold my head back in the water or, put my head down in the water. So we were just going to go to the sink and my sister was going to try to just wet the washcloth and, wipe my hair and get it out that way. So they got me up and we walked into the bathroom area and I looked in the mirror. And I'm telling y'all, I really scared myself because I was looking for me and it was like looking at a total stranger. Like it was really like looking at a monster. My head was so swollen and twisted and gunpowder residue burnt in my face. And I had 2 holes on the side of my head. And I just kept looking in the mirror trying to find myself. And I couldn't find me. I couldn't find me. And then I was like, he shot me in my head? He shot me in my head? And my mouth was barely open because when I got shot in the head, it locked my jaw. It shifted my jaw. And so I could barely speak, but I just kept asking them and looking at my sister and looking at everything. I was like, he shot me in my head? And nobody had told me because the doctor was like, I wasn't complaining about it. There was no need for them to do surgery because the bullet went in and went all the way through. And so they didn't want me to go into shock or anything like that. And so I was on my back the whole time. So I never did, like I said, never felt pain, but I understood then that's where the blood was coming from. But I kept asking because I just could not believe he shot me in my head. And I was like, and it just did something to me inwardly because I could not believe my husband shot me, and not just shot me, but shot me in my head, trying to kill me. And so I just kept looking in the mirror for me, and I couldn't find me. I couldn't find Val. Like I couldn't, she was nowhere to be seen. All I saw was a monster. All I saw was